And as expected, the breaking news coming right now, the Democratic bill to reopen the government has also failed. As we continue to monitor the Senate, where these dueling votes are happening right now, the FAA tweeted this just moments ago on the government shutdown, quote, "The traveling public can be assured that our nation's airspace system is safe." The FAA is also saying in a statement that they continually review and analyze their performance to assess the safety and efficiency, and that they remain grateful to the air traffic controllers, the technicians and inspectors for their continued professionalism and dedication to their safety mission. Of course, we all know they're working without pay right now. Let's bring in both sides of the aisle. Democratic strategist Richard Goodstein and Republican strategist Brad Blakeman, live from our nation's capital. Folks, we just want to clarify something. One of the senators who announced the GOP failure of the bill gave the wrong breakdown. It failed 50 to 47. 50 to 47. They had given an incorrect number there. They just put out that needed to be corrected. All right, Brad, I'll begin with you. Now what?
Well, this is a teachable moment. It should make it very clear that Republicans alone and Democrats alone will not solve this problem. It must be done by compromise. The president has been willing to do that. Democrats have not. The president cannot give in. This is his read my lips moment. He made a fundamental promise to secure our border. He's going to do it. The question is when. And I would ask my friend Richard Goodstein, when is that going to be?
Okay, Richard, when is that going to be? And on top of all of that, you're starting to see some Democrats, I mean, there are 30 of them, the Blue Dog Democrats, sending Nancy Pelosi, one of their own, the Speaker, a letter urging her to, I guess they said she must let and guarantee President Trump a vote just as long as he ends the government shutdown. Guarantee him a vote on securing the border. What is wrong with that as a compromise?
Well, we just had a vote in the Senate, and the vote on his bill got 50 votes, all Republicans, plus, well, actually one, Joe Manchin. The Democratic proposal got 6 Republicans, including Mitt Romney, interestingly. So the Democratic proposal actually got more votes in the Senate than the Republican proposal did. I don't think there's what the 30 Democrats in the House are saying is, let's give the president a vote on his proposal. They're not saying they're going to vote for it. In fact, I think 2-1 they're going to vote against it. But I think in the interest of fairness, and most of them are kind of moderate, they're basically saying, let's show to the public that we're serious about opening the government and making good on what you, Madam Speaker, are saying, which is once it's open, we'll have a discussion about border security. That's all they're saying. Okay,
but it's starting to become I know you are, but what am I? I mean, very high schoolish here. So right. I am just trying to work through all of this and say that perhaps these two bills, Brad, I'll start with you, and then Richard, you can weigh in. Perhaps these two bills got us to a, albeit pathetic, starting line. But how do we get to the finish line here?
It's called good faith negotiation. Look, a deal is only as good as it is for both parties. If one party thinks they got the upper hand over the other, the deal will be honored in the breach, if honored at all. We don't need that. The president can't negotiate against himself. He's been more than fair in bringing some of the Democrat proposals into the discussion, like DACA, like temporary status. What more can he do? Let's flash back to last year. We had a government shutdown, albeit short. The Schumer shutdown, what was it about? DACA. It was about immigration. It failed then. It failed now. Extortion doesn't work. Compromise and negotiation always works.
Now, you know, the temporary DACA status was unacceptable to the Democrats. We know that. But, Richard, what about then saying, OK, we like where you're going with this DACA situation, but it can't be just temporary. It can't be 3 years. We've got to figure out a real solution to that. Why not at least open these channels? But it is starting, and Democrats have to be very careful, as do Republicans. But, you know, they're now with the president saying, all right, I'll back off on demanding I give my State of the Union address. I'll wait on that because that's what Nancy Pelosi had requested. So now he's giving her something. What's she going to give back? Shouldn't she be coming up with something?
Yes. And I'll give you my political answer, my substantive answer. Politically, the president's poll numbers are dropping week by week. His popularity is now 37 to 57% disapprove. The public just doesn't even believe his rationale on stopping drugs, on stopping crime, and so forth. He's lost the public. He has his base, but he's lost the public. And so to Brad's point about read my lips, that's the problem. What's the solution? There was a bill that passed the Senate in 2013 that got 68 votes. We don't see that happening too much anymore. That had $8 billion for fencing, in addition to tens of billions for border protection agents, drones, watchtowers, et cetera. So, you know, the fact is there are answers that have been voted in favor, you know, positively by the U.S. Senate, not in ancient history, that would give the president every bit as much funding and more than he's looking for. We're putting aside, obviously, what he said about Mexico paying for it, and it's not going to be a 25-foot concrete wall. Great, we're past that. And I think it's now a semantic issue.
All right. Well, semantics, we want to see substance in this country because the GDP downgrades are coming fast and furiously. Guys, we've got some breaking news, so I need to get to that. But Richard, Brad, we thank both of you.